he is talking about catastrophic consequences. Not only will a roof go, he says, but entire houses will go. We need to see what we can do tomorrow to check with our employees to see their safety. The famous voice note that was recorded, I think 2 days before the hurricane, and having gone through many hurricanes, looking at the information on the internet, talking to the local Met office, other sources that I use, I compared it, at least I try to compare it with Hurricane Lewis. Will this be just as bad as Lewis? Will it be worse than Lewis? And at that time, with the information that I had, I definitely knew it was going to be somewhat worse than Lewis. And my voice note, which was intended to be only for UTS employees, which eventually went worldwide, I was told, was mostly thinking of the safety of my employees and their families.
Basically, yeah, this is our point blank site. Very important site for us. This was the location where we had connection with the other islands, Saba and Stacia and St. Bart's. We were here 2 days before the hurricane with a team of 5 guys trying to bring four or five antennas down. So it was a big operation. I went to sleep because basically 3 days before the hurricane, all the teams were deployed over the islands to get them prepared for the hurricane. So transmission team went Saba, Stacia, and St. Bart's, and at a certain point, we needed a resource to do some major changes in Stacia too. So 2 days before the hurricane, they sent me for 3 days, because they sent me for 2 days to Stacia, and then we finished that, and then I come back. I'm tired of course, depleted completely. So the day of the hurricane, I went to sleep. I was in Phillipsburg, but sleeping. And then while sleeping, the hurricane reached. They call us. They say, "Hey guys, wake up! The hurricane is here. We have to be prepared." And so I was kind of sleepy still, and we were listening to the radio, and then boom, the radio gone. I'm like, oh, okay, so this thing is getting really bad. And then all of a sudden, this deep, excruciating sound, like boom, and then the building starts shaking. And you have to imagine, we have fire alarm, we have water alarm. Everything started to scream at the same time. Bunch of dust comes in, so you cannot even see your hand before you. And some people in the building started to scream. And with this alarm there, oh my God, it was bad. I never will forget that day. And then, so basically the whole building is shut down, closed off. So we really couldn't see what happened. And then somebody said, you know what, let's open one of the windows and see what's going on. And oh, wait, the tower's supposed to be, there's no tower. So, and you cannot go out, because that was before the ice. So basically we had to stay in there, and then water started coming in with limited communication to the outside world. And the crack was right inside of the equipment room. So at a certain point, it was either we shut it down or we lose everything, because everything is getting wet.
We came in to town, saw the looting and craziness. I still didn't think it was that bad until I saw the tower draped around our building. So right where I'm standing here was the old tower. It was about maybe 40 to 50 feet up. So it was, you could have seen it from anywhere. You could say tower was over the building. So all those connections, what you see there, they were all connected to the tower in order for us to be able to provide mobile service and broadband service to the Phillipsburg area.
Driving on this road, this is exactly the route I was taking when I was coming into UTS, and the tower was actually hanging over the building, and it had destroyed a car on this side. It fell down on the parked cars on the Canagita Street. Seeing the tower down was already incredible, but my thought was, how are the employees? How is my staff? How are my family? At that moment, remember, the contact was nihil. There was no contact. So at a certain moment, you're doing a fast check within the company, walking in, is everyone okay? You're seeing the damage, you're shocked over the damage, but that was secondary. It is, how are my employees doing? That's the crack. That's what stopped it. Stopped by a crack and a whole lot of water. Actually, it was not Irma that shut down Chippy. It was a decision to protect us from water. So when the tower fell and made a humongous crack in the building, the water started coming in. We covered equipment, but we shut it down, protecting all the equipment in here that is very sensitive, of course, to water. You don't want the equipment to get wet. So that's why it took us about 2 days to assess and restart the equipment, make sure everything was dry before we turned back on. I got to say, my team did a tremendous job by assessing, getting the other towers with what was left over to build back temporary towers.
So basically, it was kind of crazy after the hurricane, coming in here, seeing that people lost their homes and mostly everything they had. You know what I mean? You see it happening to everybody else, but when you see it happening to somebody that you work closely with, it hits a little harder to home. My first time coming in here, seeing everyone after the hurricane, it was like, wow. So what I did is that I had a generator, so I had meat and I had food that was in my freezer. So one of the first things I did actually was bring a bowl of pasta, meatballs, and corn. It was the least I could do. You know, it actually, I find that this whole experience brought us a little more together. So.
Okay, this is the cafeteria, UTS's cafeteria. This is where we lived for about 2-3 weeks after the hurricane. Needless to say, we slept in offices, but this is where we cooked throughout the recovery period after the hurricane.
I come up here every morning. I have my morning tea and meditation up here. Before I used to do it at TDC, but TDC was destroyed, so I had to find a new place. Coming up here after hurricane, it mostly began with the tower team. I was watching them take down the tower. So it was just total devastation. Now we have vegetation, but all of this was just completely gone. Also, those of us that had a hurricane pass driving home after work, and you would leave here like 9 o'clock, there's nothing else on the road. You're the only one except the military checkpoints. And at certain times that's scary, like, please car, do not break down now, because there's no garage. So you're hoping and praying and depending on this car to get you from here to there.
Condition in UTS store after post Irma was very, how can I say, it was messy. We had all the Marines and the police officers in the store sleeping, so we couldn't do anything. The store wasn't functioning for customers to come in, so we did everything at the back gate, UTS back gate, where they had tents set up, where we assisted customers under the tent with the phones, the SIM cards, where we would write SIM cards there in the security booth, where everything was basically functioning at the back gate.
After Irma, we had to do top-ups, and we, the cashiers, weren't open as yet. So we were doing our top-ups via Extreme. So the Extreme team would be set up right here with cash pans and everything. And this window would be open, and then you would have the cashiers from Extreme here. And then we literally had clients right around the corner. So I would walk, get money from the clients, come back here, get the top up.
So yeah, we're going up to the mobile tower, the tower that fell. Follow me.
This is the foundation of the mobile tower that we used to have at the Point Blanche. As you can see, it tumbled completely. I mean, the wind forces were incredible. So if you have a power to move this thing and put it like this, I mean, it shows again how lucky we are to still be alive. Yeah. So this is a shelter, a transmission room. And here we have most of the equipment. Everything was damaged over here. What you see now, it's most of the things brought in brand new or cleaned out. And yeah, this is it. Now it's working again. I mean, we have to do all of this from scratch. So you can imagine if this goes down, nobody on Blanche has service.
After the storm, I realized that my phone was working. I have one of the higher model smartphones, and I realized a lot of people who had lower end phones and certain smartphones weren't working. And that is when we were informed that our 2G network was so badly damaged by the hurricane that we no longer had it. So all of our customers who had those kind of phones, they weren't able to use their phones anymore, and then we had a job of informing them this. Now when you have clients who lost their homes, lost their jobs, lost everything, and now you have to tell them, hey, you need to buy a new phone because your SIM card won't work with the phone. Our SIM card won't work with the kind of phone that you have. It was really difficult, especially because it's like, now I have the expense of buying a phone to keep in contact with my family, my friends. So I think that was the hardest part of it all.
Considering what we faced during Hurricane Irma, I would advise our customer to include their internet connection as part of the hurricane plan. Know what to do and do it at a reasonable timely manner. Considering that the radio itself is an asset, is a cost, I think it should be incumbent on us, the customer itself, to make sure that we prepare, take down the radio. The radio I will set up on the bracket with a stainless steel hose clamp. A simple screwdriver can be used to take down the radio. Secure it, secure the cable, probably with some electrical tape, and secure the radio. In that case, the resumption of your internet service can be quicker. I think.
Hurricane Irma was devastating and it really affected all of us. But there was a silver lining in it. All of our equipment got damaged and we had to replace it. And we then replaced it with a newer technology. A technology that can handle speeds that the applications that our customers are now using, they can get faster speeds. Something that was in the planning, but Hurricane Irma made us speed it up. So we got rid of the older technology and we are still installing newer technology. And that newer technology, you'll gradually see the change of the quality of service of your products. the Chippy, we are the fastest LTE network on the island. There's no two doubts about that. And we are working on our fixed home and business broadband service. We're changing the new technology. Because why? You, our customer, deserve that. And that is what we're going to continue to work on.